Las Fierbints has always been a fascinating canvas of rural life, an almost surreal reflection of the small village universe where humor, human folly, and unexpected wisdom intersect. In Impozitul, Partea la, this interplay is elevated to new heights, where the simple issue of taxes becomes a magnifying glass for human behavior. From the opening scene, the camera follows the villagers with a quiet, almost conspiratorial intimacy, capturing every hesitant glance, every muttered complaint, and the collective dread that taxes bring to a tight-knit community. The narrative cleverly juxtaposes moments of absurdity with slices of genuine human vulnerability, reminding the audience that comedy can coexist with a deeper reflection on social pressures. The episode begins with the mayor pacing his modest office, wringing his hands over the impending tax deadline, his mannerisms both exaggerated and relatable. There is a subtle commentary on authority here, as the mayor's attempts to assert control are continually undermined by his own insecurities and the villagers' sly cunning. Each character embodies a facet of the rural psyche, from the opportunistic bar owner who tries to exploit the confusion for his gain to the elderly villager who remembers a tax revolt from decades past and feels a strange nostalgia for rebellion. One of the most striking elements of this episode is how it handles dialogue. The writers use language not only as a tool for humor, but as a mirror to the villager's worldview. Puns, double meanings, and regional expressions pepper the conversations, giving authenticity to the setting while providing layered humor for attentive viewers. The scene in which the tax collector arrives at the village is masterfully staged, turning what could have been a mundane bureaucratic moment into a crescendo of tension and farce. The villagers, each in their distinct costume of deceit or anxiety, converge at the town square, their exaggerated movements choreographed with a comic precision that recalls classical stage comedy. The bar owner, attempting to convince the tax collector that his ledger has been eaten by rats, represents the absurd lengths people will go to avoid responsibility, while a young school teacher timidly suggests that perhaps honesty is still a viable option. This juxtaposition creates a rich tapestry where laughter and moral contemplation coexist. Visually, the cinematography employs a mixture of long shots and close-ups to emphasize both the collective absurdity and the individual emotional states. The long shots show the villagers as a unit, a swarm of nervous energy responding to the invisible hand of taxation, while the close-ups capture fleeting moments of fear, guilt, or mischievous satisfaction, giving the audience insight into the private dramas behind public behavior. There is also an undercurrent of social commentary that cannot be ignored. Impozitul, Partea la, presents taxation as a metaphor for societal pressures, illustrating how ordinary people navigate authority and communal expectation. The episode subtly critiques both the inefficiency of bureaucracy and the human tendency toward moral compromise under pressure. Humor becomes a vehicle to explore these ideas without being didactic, allowing viewers to laugh while simultaneously reflecting on their own relationship with rules, fairness, and social obligation. The subplot involving the mayor's daughter introduces an element of generational tension, contrasting youthful idealism with the pragmatic cynicism of the older villagers. Her attempts to organize a village council to address the tax issue transparently are met with a mix of amusement and resistance, highlighting the recurring theme that progress often clashes with entrenched habits. The interplay of gender dynamics, authority, and tradition is delicately balanced, giving the episode depth beyond its comedic surface. Additionally, the musical cues are subtle yet effective, accentuating moments of comic timing and emotional resonance without overwhelming the scene. A soft accordion might underscore a particularly absurd miscommunication, while a sudden silence heightens anticipation when a villager realizes they are caught in a lie. These choices enhance the storytelling and remind the audience of the meticulous craftsmanship behind the episode. The ending, far from offering a tidy resolution, reflects the chaos inherent in life. The villagers leave the town square with mixed emotions, some relieved, some scheming, and others resigned, underscoring the cyclical nature of rural life, where events resolve temporarily only to create new tensions. This ambivalence is a signature of Las Fierbinți, embracing realism even within the comedic frame. From a personal perspective, watching this episode invoked memories of observing similar small-town dynamics, where gossip, humor, and strategic maneuvering coexist, forming a rich social fabric. The episode captures not only the hilarity, but also the poignancy of communal life, making it resonate far beyond its comedic premise. Impozitul, PALEMDIKHEL ultimately succeeds because it treats its audience with respect, trusting them to recognize both the overt humor and the subtler human truths embedded within the narrative. The episode is a brilliant example of storytelling where laughter serves as a bridge to empathy and reflection, leaving viewers both entertained and contemplative.